All right, so Randy Rice, take two.
Yeah.
So I've known you about 20 years. You've
Yeah.
been gold mining since how long?
Since '93.
And you've mined in Alaska, Idaho, where else?
Oh, Montana, Nevada. Yeah, mainly there.
All right, and so what we have here is we're looking at how many? We've got 7 buckets full of material.
Oh yeah, well, all these here are now this stuff here is all stuff that I've already ran
Okay, so
and pulled the gold out. That's easy to get.
right,
But there's still a lot of gold left in.
right. So if you were to run this by the traditional methods that you typically use, what method do you use to get the gold out?
Oh, you don't even want to know.
Well,
All the stuff I build, Dave, look what I use at the end of the day real quick. Because it makes me a fast little cleanup.
all right. So you just have a little.
It's just a little thing I built for just a quick cleanup.
Right, and so
It gets it done fast.
and then you wind up panning it down at the end of the
all
day.
this still has fine gold in it that I just can't hardly get out.
Right. So this is kind of the bane of your existence. It's kind of the pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's
This is what takes me 4 hours almost every night.
So 4 hours, and how much material do you have each night? 5 gallons, 10 gallons?
I've got usually about anywhere, depending on the day, 5 to maybe 9 gallons.
Okay, so 4 hours a night to process, and you know you're leaving gold behind.
Yeah.
All right, so what I did today is I brought you the gold drop, and I'll come around to the other side so we can see this thing. This is an invention by John Richmond. It has been patented this year. This is unit number 1 that will be tested in a real life scenario. We've been doing testing with it. Today's going to be my first time running it as well, and I've watched the videos and talked to John in depth about how to run it. And what we're going to do is we're going to film the material as you pour it in. I'm going to start up another camera down below for the catch bowl where we're going to actually catch the gold. But really, John, this is for you as well. This is a real mining company dealing with the real problem that they have, which is to clean up the concentrates, get all the gold out. And I think really, without knowing for sure, but I think really that these buckets could be like the make or break part of your operation, really, with the amount of gold that's left in them.
Makes a big difference.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up the camera down below so that we can synchronize this and get a real life scenario of the gold being caught in the bowl. I'll start that up and then I'll synchronize it. Can you clap your hands just so I have a sound? Yeah, close to the both of them. Okay, so that's how I'll synchronize. Okay, so we've got that one being filmed. Now what I'm going to do is, John's got a video on how to start this thing up. We're going to turn the water on full on the elutriation bowl, which is down here, and the tailings bowl. The top bowl has just a little bit of water coming into it, so you can grab a scoop of material. You might as well bring a 5-gallon bucket over.
Now I have some different materials to run. One
Okay.
of them is the ones that I haven't got the gold out of that still got gold in it. And I also have stuff straight from a cleanup from the sluice box so we can see how it works on just an everyday cleanup. Then I also have some gold that I've cleaned up to where it's down to like black sands and heavy stuff that takes me a long time to clean up.
So it doesn't matter really which one we pick, so let's just explain which one we're going to pick first. So okay. That material there you've run through your little sluice box.
Yeah.
And so you know there's gold left in it, but it's the stuff that takes you hours and hours and hours. Well, let's just run that. Let's take a 5-gallon bucket and just start running it. And we'll start with 1 scoop so that we can adjust the actual feed and the flow. Right now we are running the water a little high. John said usually about 0.5, but I'm going to start a little higher just so we're not losing anything.
Now how much you put in?
Just put a scoop in. So this is the first scoop going in. Just a little blue scoop. Dropping that in. And then we do come down here and we look and we can see that the material is jigging in the flow. And then what we do is we adjust this down slowly so that we get heavy materials coming down into the tube. We're still at 0.9. Am I adjusting the right one? Yeah, I am. So this is my first time running it as well, so I'm adjusting it down slowly here. But you can see the light material's jigging up,
Yeah.
and all the heavy material's coming down. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. No wonder it's not coming down to the tube. I'm turning it on instead of off. There we go. Now we're getting down to... All right, there we go. And there's some material just starting to come down into the tube, which was what John said we wanted to watch for. And I'll turn this spin water up a little bit, which is the knob up there. All right, drop another scoop in. Yeah, you can see how the material did sort itself.
Yeah.
Oh, look at what's in the bottom of the jar already.
I'll be damned.
Drop another one in.
Look at that, there it goes.
Drop another one in.
More scoops?
Yeah, you can feed this thing fairly fast.
Okay. Look at the gold going down there.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Quite a deal.
What do you think?
Pretty damn cool. Now, because it's packing here, do we need more water flow there?
I don't know. We'll just turn it up a little bit. And we do know that you have extraordinarily difficult material to handle.
It is incredibly difficult.
So what I'm doing is I'm turning the spin water here up.
Yeah, we're gonna put your machine to the ultimate test.
Yes, we are. But look what's coming out already.
See that?
Yeah, drop another one in.
Oh, we're backing up in here.
Okay, we can put a little bit water in here then. Okay, so that's because I've got this water turned on too high. So we'll turn that down.
Now that water there is the flow for this.
That's the material coming up into the tailings.
Okay.
So it's, like I said, this is my first time running it. But you can see gold coming down.
Is this tube here supposed to be down and then twisted down?
We
up?
can, yeah.
Maybe that might help with
I'll turn this off for now. That's it, that's starting to go down. Ooh, look at the gold coming out.
Is it?
Yeah, and the siphon's not keeping up, but that's because we're running a little bit too much water. But still, this is my first time running it too, so we're kind of playing together.
Yeah,
Still drops gold out past that rock. That's impressive. Look at that.
quite a deal.
Yeah, this is incredibly hard material to separate at this point.
Yeah, like,
Which is why it's still full of gold.
yep, just keep dropping her in.
That got a lot of that black stuff in it, Randy.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a super heavy.
Water's off up here.
Yeah, I know that I've processed this material for you before too by hand, and it's some of the most difficult material I've ever seen.
It is. You know, and the thing is like in Alaska, we have all that scheelite and that material up there.
Yeah,
It's incredibly hard as well.
yeah. You know, and we're taking a fairly rough cut right now on this stuff.
Boys made it.
I'm gonna lower the water just a little bit so that it's dropping a little bit more tailings. But that way we know we're getting all the gold. I think right about there is good. You'll see that we are getting tailings, a little bit more of the real heavy black tailings, but this will be easy
Once
to...
you downgrade it, then it's easy to rerun, right?
That's right, we rerun it.
Now, just out of curiosity, like where you see it stopping here and packing, should we have more water
She's
flow
doing
in
good.
there?
Well, I'll just turn it up and we'll see.
She's doing good.
I'm just curious for like when I'm
Yeah, I don't know. This is, like I said, this is my first time running it. So I turned the spin, this is the spin water. I've turned it up all the way now. But right now we'll just run it again. So drop another scoop in. I think we need to put water in the main bucket here, Dwayne, because the siphon's not quite keeping up.
Well, hello, gentlemen.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
No, is that all gold down there?
Which bucket?
No,
There's
waste in
in
there,
here.
but-
There's waste in there as well, but you can see the gold dropping out. Look at it coming down here.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, there's a lot of gold coming out though. Look at it all settling out here.
Yeah. Well, even if the guy was to make a first pass, you know, and get a high grade out.
Yeah, you do a high grade and
Clean it
then,
up again.
yeah, you screen it down and run your secondary. But yeah,
Regardless,
keep
there's
dropping
no
her in.
panning involved in it.
that's right, no panning at all. So you've done how many scoops? 4, 5, 6?
It's,
4 scoops. All right. So put 2 more in. So we'll do a half a dozen scoops, and then we'll take the catch jar off and throw it in a pan and see what we actually have. But look how fast that separates.
Yeah, that new stuff gets in there and immediately starts turning on.
Well, you can watch the pieces of gold come down through.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some other materials like almost as heavy as the gold. But look at that. Oh,
Bad.
right.
Almost as bad as Darnell, Randy.
It's actually worse. I used to deal with garnet all the time. This stuff's worse.
Yeah, this knob that I'm adjusting here, this is the elutriation, and it's very, very minute adjustments to get it to drop more. Like I'm just barely moving that, and you can see how it immediately has the amount of heavies that you're allowing into the system. But I don't see any extra gold coming in. Like it seems like we've already got all the gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that up, and then let's get a gold pan.
Oh, I see. So it actually recirculates it and brings.
Let's get a gold
it
pan and just see. Let's get a gold pan and see what we actually do have from 6 scoops. Yeah, that's some heavy material.
It is.
We're making out of the jar, is that alright?
Yeah, that's fine.
Take it like here now. No, that's all in Alaska. That's everything up there.
I thought maybe you was hauling it around the country.
Oh, gosh, no. Oh, man. Actually, we're gonna probably end up trying to sell that thing in Alaska. That's a nice.
Where's it at?
Up by chicken.
Oh,
And it's all turnkey. You can walk right. That was what, second year, babe? We got a lot of stuff in there since then. That place you can walk right into and make money.
that was a pretty nice place. Chicken.
If we want to come up with 14 million, we can buy Gaines Creek.
You can have chicken Alaska or mine for $1.5 million.
Sell it to Parker.
You see the gold trim down there.
Yeah, they estimate there's 20 million ounces in the ground.
Well, you know, it's crazy too because they actually haven't mined that much of it.
No, they haven't mined hardly any of it.
Big gold.
I met with Doug Clark this year.
Did you?
Yeah, and had lunch with, or had dinner with him and his wife, and met with him for 2 days, and talked turkey. And I could have got it for 7 million down, and then 1.5 million a year for 5 years. And he's running 100 days a year, 8 hours a day, and pulling 1,500 out. And you got 5 months of mining. If you were running 20 hours a day,
So this one's full
you're running 20
blast.
hours about 5 a day, and you're running
This one's
every day.
regulated at 1.5 liters per minute.
7,000-8,000 ounces a year, for sure. And
That's
there's-
this
yeah,
flow.
you know, there's 3.
This flow is 1.5 liters per minute.
Yeah, they got 50 ounces.
And then the spin flow is just 2.
Yeah.
No, that's
And then the tiny one for
property
that.
there's known for some of the biggest gold in Alaska.
Yeah.
Can I mess around with these
Yeah,
valves?
it's your guys' equipment now, so fuck around with it. I'm leaving it. They won't let me on the airplane with it. They think I'm making a mess.
Look at that. Look at that iron.
Dave said it's only costing me 3 times what the original cost was.
That's right. The prototype is the expensive one. It's signed and numbered.
Yeah,
Number 1.
that's right. Number 1. No, I can see, you know, a guy just got to play with it. Dial it in with each material.
Well, it's going to shortcut different steps. Like you'll get down to where what you need to do is you need to create. So we're just doing a real life test here with just running the material fairly quickly through the gold drop, and we're doing a fairly aggressive cut, which means we're taking a lot of tailings just to get the bulk of the gold out, but we are getting a lot of extra heavy large pieces, but that gets us down to a type of material that's much easier to deal with rather than a 5-gallon bucket. We'll wind up with maybe 2 pints worth of material that we'll run again at a slower speed once we've taken the bulk of the gold out. And then we'll classify what's left down to 16 mesh and run that at a slower speed to get the fine gold. Yeah, the thing that's really nice about this is when we're taking that rough of a cut, we know we're getting all the big gold for sure. Yeah, and you get down to a manageable amount of material.
That's the key.
Yeah, because I know that this stuff out of this gulch is super, super heavy. And this is a lot easier than crouching over and panning and yep. Like there's no super fine heavy black sand coming down. It's just all the real heavy.
Yeah, the bigger stuff then.
And that's a lot easier to handle. And then, you know, we'll run it the second time and it'll be much simpler.
Fine black stuff that's mixes in with the fine gold, and it's you just keep on. It's just a big circle.
Yeah.
You keep continuing to deal with.
All right, cool. Well, we'll run this material and see how much gold we have at the end of the day, which is really the key. You know, at the end of the day, if you're making an extra 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces in the fines that you're not getting out otherwise, that's, you know, that pays wages and fuel.
Yes, sir.